Hello there. This is an astrological forecast for Cancer for May of 2012. And this also applies if you have a Cancer ascendant. So my dear Cancerians, as we come into this build-up time before your next birthday, which is coming for some of you next month and some of you the month after, you're in a time of re-evaluation. It's a time of closure in many ways, of some completions, but re-evaluating your life, re-evaluating what's happened this year, your triumphs, and maybe some of the more difficult, your challenges, and to look at where you feel you've done well and where maybe you feel you could have done a little bit better. But it's about re-evaluation, and especially because we've got Venus going retrograde in your 12th house from the 15th of the month until the 26th of June. So it's for about a 6-week period that Venus is retrograde. And Venus rules your love life and your finances. So it's very much going to be a time when you reevaluate the people you love in your life. And with it being in your 12th house, there's a possibility, Cancerians, that you may feel unappreciated and unloved by some of the people in your life. And you do have a tendency sometimes to feel a little bit sorry for yourself, and that is definitely there in the aspects this month, so that is a possibility. Try to use this time to reevaluate yourself from a spiritual viewpoint. How do you feel you are with the people in your life, with your finances, with your work, with your career, with your direction, with your place in the world? Really reevaluate this. Take yourself to a deeper level. It's going to be a very good month. The first 2 weeks of the month, I would say, is probably going to be actually very sociable. First couple of weeks, you've got a very powerful aspect of Uranus conjunct Mercury in your 10th house. So good time for stimulating ideas and conversations and people in your work area, potentially. Almost a speeding up in that area for you. And then a lot happening in your house of dreams and wishes, and also friendships. With Jupiter in that house of friendships, this would be a good time still for meeting people, for joining groups or organizations where you can meet like-minded people, even maybe joining a book group, a literary group. It could be a dance group, could be going out and playing sports, whatever it is that really gets you going, or maybe a cultural group where you go out to the movies, or a walking group, hiking, but somewhere where you come into contact with more people, because after the middle of the month, I think it's going to get quieter for you and more of a reflective time. There is a possibility that you may in fact have somebody in your life where you're not sure of whether they love you or whether they appreciate you enough, and that maybe has to be reevaluated, and you may want to make some new ground rules, some new boundaries in that relationship. As well, you may need to look at whether you're appreciating yourself enough, whether you're grateful enough for the things in your life, the things that you have achieved and are doing well in your life. Tendency sometimes for you to feel as though you've always got to do more, you're never quite enough. Maybe just to take in that you are enough during this time. I tell you what it is good for, Cancerians, this month, this Venus retrograde. Very good for buying antiques, anything that's second-hand, anything off eBay or something like that, because very often during a Venus retrograde, sellers don't quite know the value of things, and you probably could pick up a bargain or two. And Cancerians, you're pretty good at picking up bargains. I've seen many of you in action, and you can be very good. So that's a very good thing to do during this Venus retrograde. We've got Mars all month in your 3rd house, so very good time still for learning, for studying, also, if you want, for anything connected with pushing forward with your networking, with the way in which you network, the way in which you contact and connect with people, that you can push forward through with this month. We've got a lot of transformative stuff, of course, still happening in your relationships. That's been ongoing. Don't get too worried if around the middle of the month, 3rd week of the month, we do have the Sun making a square to Neptune. So you may find yourself with a little lower energy levels. Just make sure you take a little bit of time out. It's going to be passing, it's fleeting, it doesn't last very long, so don't get too upset about it. We've still got the backdrop of Pluto square to Uranus from your 10th to your 7th houses. So and it's a tightening square, so we're seeing it around the world. We're seeing a lot of tension around the world, and I wouldn't be surprised if you've got a lot of tension in your relationships and also in your work situation. So a feeling of needing to break out and feel a little more free is probably going to get stronger. So if there's anywhere in your life where you're feeling controlled or you're in a corner, you're probably going to feel like you need to break out. Well, there you have it, my dear Cancerians. I wish you a great month. You might want to sign up to my free newsletter or get your free birth chart off my website if you haven't already got one, your free mini reading. Whatever happens, I'm always delighted to hear from you. Thank you for commenting and for liking the videos. I greatly appreciate it. Have a great month. Bye for now.